Good morning, traders. How are we all doing today? Today is September 16th, 2024. Market opens in exactly 4 minutes. Welcome to our daily live stream. Hello and welcome. Hello, hello. It has been a great weekend, a lot of fun, a lot of leisure time. But now it's time to get back into the action of things. We were up as much as $50 earlier today. It was like $43. We had locked in some money pre-market and actually gave a little bit away. Not sure if that was due to over trading or just I don't really know. I don't really know. It did not set up well for us, and we'll go over those in a little bit. But right now we are in a couple of trades here. NCNA is the company we're talking about. BBLG today. ZNTL looks like it pushed above that resistance, retesting that has a support now, which is a great setup here. XCUR has been selling off. We did make $32 on this one just previously, about $4 on BBLG. VRAX lost about 21 bucks, initially made $25, $28, and then started to fade away and gave back a few profits. Lost 3 cents. 3 cents, buying at 233 and selling at 233. And I think there was a couple of others that we were trading, but for now we're just watching this watch list here, making sure everything looks good. Good morning. Hello, hello. How are we all doing today? We do have a couple positions. We got GEVO. This did hit the scanners today. I want to see if this does pop up. It does have good news saying that the target maintained with a $14 share price. That was 3 days ago. Not too sure about that. Today and 30 minutes ago was granted patent for ethanol to olefins or ETO process. So that could be some of the news there. We're going to wait and see what happens. I bought at the high thinking it would continue to go up. And if you didn't notice, what do we have on our scanner, guy? We got order book level 2. Yes, we do. It's official. We're officially doing it. Give me a second to spread my link around. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of these companies now at market open. Very excited to see what happens. If you didn't tune into the Sunday night stock talk, we did talk about quite a few of these companies in the Sunday night stock talk and what our thoughts process was on them. SQQQ, kind of just baselining off of 830. Now, in my opinion, I think the market is overbought and it could come down, which would mean TQQQQ. QQQQ is overbought. See how it's kind of starting to curl over? Now, if it gets a dip and bounces up, then my SQQ position will be worthless, and TQQQ will go up. Same with JNUG. It's in that sell range area, so I'm going to see what happens as JDST could actually push up very nicely to those $35 levels, and we talked about it in our Sunday night stock talk. So market opens in about 20 seconds. Very excited to see what happens here, at least with this company. I'd love to get a better sell price on it as far as getting a better price. Maybe 140, 150 would be nice. I doubt it'll go to $14, but it'll be nice to see if we could lock in a few bucks with this. Okay, market is open. Holy moly. There we go. Looks like it's pushing up. That's what we want to see. See how high up we can get it. Looks like there's a wall about 130. Come on. Get past 131, make new highs. SQQQ pushing up as well. That means the market is selling off this morning a little bit initially. We have 40,000 on the order book for 122. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these other gainers here. Selling off, pumping up a little bit, staying above all these lines. XCUR selling off, VRAX selling off. I'm actually glad we got out of a lot of these companies that are selling off. One day, pre-market. ATPC trying to push up. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get above 132. Where our buyers at? We got some people buying at 130. We got some selling. 2,500 at 131, 132. Dang, a lot of sellers at 132. We're gonna need a lot more buyers than that to get out of 132 levels. Let's see what happens. Good morning, a better view window cleaning service. Hello. BMAR is up. Not by much though. I don't want to trade it if it's less than so many cents. SQQQ pushing up very nicely. Looking at this, oh wow, very nice, which means QQQ is selling off. Markets are continuing to sell off, and they can sell off for the next couple of days. So we may hold our SQQ position a little longer than we think. Even at just 20 shares from 8 to 9 would be 20 bucks. JNUG and JDST, not much is happening right now. Love to get in a nice position with JDST, as I think gold is also oversold. Now, gold could push up higher, as well as the markets. Everything can push up higher and higher. TQQ selling off, which means my SQQ position is paying off on us. We're going to see how long we can hold on to SQQQ. What's Mara doing? Let's see what Mara's doing today. Looks like Bitcoin is selling off this morning, along with Mara. Mara is selling off. Get a better price eventually on this as it goes down. Top gainers on the day still. Okay, popping up. BBLG, ATPC from this low of 217 to 234. That's nice. XCUR VRAX. $130 still, so I'm not losing any, but I'm not gaining any. Up $2 on this, not bad. Could have been more. Guys, I have a realized gain of 50 cents. Basically, the $50 I made, I gave it right back. Sad, very sad. But this SQQQ could potentially just continue to rise up over the next couple of days. There's no really resistance until like 863 potentially, and again, this all depends on the market, but with elections and everything going on, the FOMC meeting and stuff like that, I just don't see this having no problem getting up to, maybe that 863, even $9. Should have put majority of my money into this at pre-market. I could have bought 100 shares at $8. We'd already be up 40 bucks. EVO, put $100 here, 100 shares here, about $100. Not much is happening. And this may just continue to stutter step too. It doesn't have to go completely straight up. Doesn't have to go completely straight up either, as this is based a lot on the market. As long as QQQQ sells off, we are going to be golden. Golden. Look at TQQQ selling off. And then what we can do is when TQQQ sells off, we can then get in, we could sell SQQQ and then get into TQQQ and buy that inverse. A lot of sellers. 843 looks like it's struggling. Look at this. Hundreds of thousands of shares are going into this right now. But there's also hundreds of thousands of shares being sold right now. So SQQ is definitely got its hands full here on this spread. Let's go with 10 spread. About a 20 spread. Everything in between. 824. Nice, nice, nice. How are you guys doing today? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, up a couple of bucks today. At least we're green, right? I mean, TQQQ trying to curl over. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's a bull trap. I think what this is gonna do is completely go up, like go up maybe a little bit and then come right back down. Selling on the MACD, a lot of red on the MACD, a huge indication that it's selling off, and could test and then come back down. I mean, the SQQ could drop and then pop right back up. We'll see what happens here. As far as the news goes, the market may be wrong now. This was 6 minutes ago. UBS sits in the 25 basis rate cut camp ahead of the FOMC meeting. Fed monetary policy conflict easing and tightening simultaneously. Okay. Greenback continues to trade heavily amid heightened speculation of a 50 BP cut on Wednesday. Okay, it's going to test. Here we go. Should sell off some more, and this should continue to go up. Check our gainers for the day. 146% gainer on the day. Not really doing much, right? BBLG trying to push up over that VWAP. It's possible that it can. Which means I sold way too early. I sold at 138 and 136. ZNTL has a new high of 544. So that was pretty nice. To go from, this 485, it tested it, came back down, tested it, came back down, stayed on the volume weighted average price, the VWAP, the orange line, came back up, broke out very nicely, retested, went back up, came back down and retested, broke back out to a high of 544, and now it's coming back down to that support level. Ooh, we have something popping up. Is it GEVO? Yes, it is. GEVO popping up. Now it's at 136. Let's see how high this can actually go here. This could be my money maker today. Sometimes, like I was up 50, I gave 50 back, but this could be the only trade I needed today. This could be $100 very easily. I don't think it'll get up to $2, but making some gains here. Should sell at 139. We'll sell 50 at 139. Oh, I swear I said sell. JDST is at a 52-week low. Nice. Which means gold. That means gold is rising. Trying to push above that wall. Breaking below support. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. Very excited. 839 retesting TQQQ. See that? It was like bull. Hey, we're going to be bullish. Nope. We're going to fake you out. Potentially sell off even more. Could be wrong too. Could be a lot of buyers coming in. 134. SQQQ trying to pop back up. Okay. This may be just overextended here. If we look at the 4-hour GEVO, it's gone up as high as 138. I feel like 138 is going to be something we're going to... Oh, it's actually there. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is a test. Does it get above this 138 level? Does it break above, or does it not? And this is what this is what we tested just a couple of minutes ago. At 137 we tested it and it couldn't get it. We're going to test one more time. If we don't get that breakout, we can see a potential significant sell-off here. A very significant sell-off. A lot of people want to sell at 140, 142. So I believe that is where I'm going to sell as well. Unless we get a lot of buyers in here, which I doubt. I'm just going to sell at 139. Oh, why did I say 134? 137. Oh, I only sold one? Oh my god. Let's sell the other 49 now at 137. Because there's a huge wall here, guys. Look at this. 35,000 at 140. 30,000 at 145. 14,000 at 150. So that is very, very scary. Not a lot of buyers until 117 again. This can sell off and then come back down. Here we go, 149. Can we get 137? It was 137, and I'll be happy with that. There we go. Sold at 135.01. All right, well, we're in the green. This could go up, but it could also just pop right back down on this 137 mark. See what happens. I'm excited to see what happens here. OBLG, look into. I'm up 120 this morning so far. I was looking at OBLG and I didn't really. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. I want to see what happens with here, because if this gets rejected, then we were right. But if not, then it'll continue to push up. So I need to check on this again. Looks like it's not gonna hold up. Oh, here we go. It's getting squeezed. OBLG. I think it's selling off. OBLG 2%. Okay, I like this. I like this setup. I would have loved to get down in the $3 range and sell at 6. $5 range isn't too bad either. SQQ testing that volume weighted average. Let's go back to GEVO, see what happened here. It's wanting to stay up. $135, $136. Where did I sell at? I sold at $135 and $134. $138, $39, $140. 140 and 145 is going to be crazy. 140 and 145 is scary. Scott Boss, I'm sure you use level 2 as well. What are your thoughts on it? I know everything is just an indicator. Not to be used specifically just one thing, but I'm liking it this morning. I'm really liking it, showing, you know, the overall weight of where all of our sellers are. I believe this here you can change to, you know, if you wanted to do only one, it messes with it and adjusts it. If I want to do like 10, 5, 10, 20. Oh, I thought it adjusted up here. Maybe it doesn't. I think probably 10 is fair, right? Especially if you see a lot of it on the board here. If you see, you know, look at that, 30,000 at 145, you know there's going to be a heavy seller. I really like it. I like where it shows buyers too. Like there's 10,000 shares at 130. So if I put in at 130 and it gets filled, that'd be nice for me because I'd be right along with everyone else. And then sell at 145, shoot, that's 15 cents right there. GEVO. Now this has been on our scanner basically all morning here. GEVO jumps as US grants patent for ethanol to olefins process 27 minutes ago. So I mean this can go a lot higher. I just it's not getting past this 138 wall, which is interesting because not a lot of sellers at 138. I mean, there's 4,000, 5,000, and 7,000 on those areas. Not a lot of buyers coming in. Some at 135. A lot at 130. That's why it's difficult to see what happens here with this. Hello, welcome. How are you guys doing? I'm excited to see what happens here with this one. Now, we did already sell out of our position. We did have 100 shares. I sold right where it is now at 135 just because it's having trouble getting above 138. We got the level 2 here, or order book level 2 market data. Did have to pay for this. It was, I think, $2.99 or $3.99 on WeBull. Very useful. I've already had so many more beneficial trades this morning using the level 2s, identifying where there's a lot of sellers. Like 140, there's 30,000 shares that are wanting to be sold at 140. There's 30,000 that wants to be sold at 145. Right now, there's 12,000 shares that want to be bought at 130. Only about 5,000 shares right now at 135. So very interesting to see. I like how this order book is working. Shows what's more, who's more aggressive or who has more weight or who's holding more right now. So 140 is going to be that area. 137 to break. We'll see what happens. Let GEVO percolate a little bit. I like that. I like that, Scott Boss. I hear what you're saying. Definitely. I'm the dummy for selling my shares too early. I sold at 134 and 135. Here we go. Let's see. Is it going to break this wall? I don't think it will. I think it's going to pop up to 139, 140, maybe 142. And then it's just going to come right back down below. And you can see that because of all this selling pressure here. Now, we did trade pre-market this morning. I did lock in some profits on a couple companies, and I actually lost a couple dollars on some other companies. So I did not go along with my trading plan this morning, which was only trade A+ setups. I believe they were, you know, a couple of them were B's and C's at the very least. Wait for confirmation. I did not on a couple of these. Always invest small amounts. Yeah, I did pretty well with that. Average up, not down. Didn't do good with that as far as VRAX went. I actually averaged down, which gave me the bigger loss. I was up 20. Before you know it, I was down 20. That was like a $40 swing right there. So I did not stick to my plan this morning. Here we go, 137.5, 138. I think it's just going to get squeezed out, guys. Here we go. We have a lot of sellers at 138, over 8,000 sellers. Someone just sold 5,000 shares at 137. Here we go. It's selling off. It's unable to hold 138. But at the same time, it seems to be holding 135 pretty well too. So it's just getting tighter and tighter until it gets squeezed out. SQQQ selling off. Okay, very interesting to see, which is fine. I mean, this can happen. SQQ is going against the market, and if there's a lot of market sentiment and people think that the market is doing well, then there's no reason saying that the market can't continue to go up. Look how much it's already pushed up from 65 to 66. Now it could test this SMA line and then just continue to sell off. So that's what we're going to wait for. If this does continue to sell off, as this is about to test, we could always buy more shares at $8.30 if we want, you know, $8 if that's the case. If not, then we'll cut our losses and get out of this position if necessary. JDST selling off, which means JNUG is pushing up very nicely, making a new high at 48.82. Nice to see. This has a new low at 26.48, unfortunately. So a good thing we're not invested in that at the moment. VRAX down about $21. It never recovered. So I'm actually happy we got out where we did. But buying, 100 shares at 370 and then selling 100 shares at 383 and 387, I was already up $27. Try to buy that breakout at 4. Didn't happen, so I reduced my position size, then sold and lost a few bucks here. So nothing happening there. BBLG pushing up slightly, made about $4 on here. Now wishing I would have held. Sold 50 shares at 136 and another 50 at 138. If I would have held from that 133 level, 100 shares, we would now actually be up about 20 bucks, $25 or so on this company this morning. SQQ about 40 cents. VVPR, no bueno on VVPR. Tried to buy this little breakout here. Did not happen. Bought up at 231. Sold at 199. So lost about $16 on that one. Thought it was going to continue to rise. Mpox and stuff going on, but didn't. XCUR made $32. This is one of my better trades here. Now I did make this at pre-market and it looks like it is now above VWAP. Looks like it's going to be pushing up above the moving averages, volume weighted average here. Let's see if it does hold up. Order levels here looking decent. We have someone that wants to buy 10,000 and 13,000 shares at 240, 241. No heavy sellers, maybe 255. There's a heavy seller at the moment. About 3,000 shares at 255. So, but looking very nice. We were able to make some decent money in here, buying 100 shares at 242 and then selling at 260 and 270. Very nice trade here on that. Well, we bought 100 at 242. We sold 50 at 270. I misclicked and bought another 50 at 260, which was actually good because it lowered my position size, and then sold 50 at 269 and 271. So you could say I sold 100 at 270, resulting in $32 profit. ATPC lost about 3 cents. 3 cents, not bad at all. Got out of it as I did see it starting to come down and didn't want to suffer anymore. ZVSA did not trade today. VMAR, I also did not trade today. Wint, I didn't trade. OBLG, I did not trade. AZI, SMFL, all these companies that we had on our watch list, we did not trade as they did not play out according to our trade plan. Now SMX may push up now that it's starting to see some interest, a little bit of volume here, pre-market. Looks like there's some interest, about 600 shares at $5, right around that $5 mark. Don't see many sellers at that $5 mark though, so very interesting. BKYI and BLMZ did not trade those. So yeah, very interesting. Mara pushing up from 1536, kind of bouncing off of that MA level. We'll see if it holds. Bitcoin trailing up nicely with this trend line here. See if it stays true to the trend line, as it does look like it has already broken it right here. It broke that trend line. So we could see crypto sell off a little bit more. Just checking some of these watch lists, see if there's anything we may have missed. Intel pushing up from 1980 to 2043. Very nice. SQQQ bouncing off of that SMA line. Let's see what happens. If it can stay above the SMA line, then we may see the market sell off just a little bit more. But if the market sentiment is very good, it'll go past this and push up higher, back to those pre-market highs, maybe 476. If not, then this can continue to sell off to that next support of about 465. Very excited to see what happens with that. TOVX is pushing up. The biotherapeutic company. Interesting. Oh, and GEVO. I told you guys, remind me about GEVO. Yep, still can't get above that wall. So I mean, I didn't sell at 138, but I sold at 135 and 136, or 134 and 135. Now buying down here would have been a lot better, 119-ish. If I didn't get the alert till it was already up to 130. Hey, good morning. Any plays around SoFi for any of you guys this week? Major. Some options expiring end of the week. A punt as they were cheap. Let's take a look at SoFi. Let's take a look. SoFi. Ooh, okay. It had a nice curl at 763. It's above previous resistance levels, which would mean these would be support levels now. 675 looks like it's its low. It's pre-market low, like 763. Very nice. Guys, I promise after a while this gets a lot easier. And identifying your trend line levels. Okay, had a pre-market high of 795. It's already at 777. Testing that MA level here. Okay, this is a 200-day moving average on the 1 minute. Now it is above it on the 5 minute and way well above it on the 30 minute. Testing 45-day moving average on the 5 minutes. 45-day exponential moving average. If SoFi can get above its key point, then we could see some extra money here. Not SoFi could sell off. Got 8,000 shares being sold at 776. A lot of sellers. Got some buyers coming in too at 775, 774. It's looking good. It's actually looking really good as far as levels here. 780 is going to be another psychological number. Looks like it's having some trouble getting out of 780 to begin with right now. So 780 is going to be one of those psychological support levels, as well as the EMA line, which is at 777. So got a little room to move, but yeah, it's very possible. It's a play on rate cut decision. I bought 9 USD strike price, so quite a punt. Hey, 9? Nine's not that far off. Come on, don't be hard on yourself. 9's not that far off. I'm sure you can get in the money once you hit what, about 8. If you can hit 8, you're in the money. Or do you have to get to 9 to be in the money? I'd love to know. Wish me luck. $60 risk. $60 to make a couple hundred. That'd be nice. 830. Okay, so SQQQ testing that MA level here, which means the market is not holding up. The market is not holding up. This may sell off even more. Okay, JNUG couldn't get any higher than 48.89. If this sells off, we could see this potentially go up. Which is JDST. Sorry, JDST. Top gainers still looking about the same. This is the top gainer, but it hasn't done anything since pre-market. It's been fading and fading and fading. Support, let's say right around that 465 level ish. 462. BBLG, very nice. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. 133. I sold way too early at 138. That'd have been $40 right there. Buying low, getting that push up to resistance at 176. Look at your GEVO. Thank you. Okay, yep, popped up just like I said, guys. Just like I said, that 142. He still has 17,000 shares to sell. So whoever this was didn't even get filled. Didn't even get filled all. What was it? I think it was like 30,000 shares or something crazy like that. 171,000 volume. He got up to 142. Okay, it looks like he got a little bit more out. Whoever it is sold a little bit more here, but this is like 30,000 at 142. Now it's only 14,000. Now, if there's enough buyers, up this 35,000 shares at 135, this drops to 135. It's going to push up very nicely as the free float's only 228 million and its average volume right now is 7 million. 7 million. So GEVO has a nice turnover here. I believe its turnover is well, I mean it's I was gonna try to find it on our volume thing here, but anyways, you know, say 200 million to 7. Wait, never mind. I thought that said 1,000. So it doesn't really have a lot of free flow. It has 228 million. That means it has a lot of free flow. 228 million free flow, and only 7 million volume. So it's a very low relative volume and turnover. But nonetheless, still up. Still up. Broke out. So I mean that new level is gonna be 142, guys. It's gonna retest 140 or 138. Gonna retest here, see how this is a support now. Could retest and bounce back up. And this could ride, this can go on for a while. Same thing, you know, selling too early. 100 shares at 131. You know, I'd only be up 10 bucks at 142. But if it rides and keeps going up all day, you can make some good money. Along with these other companies that you just don't ever know, you know, you just don't know. That's the whole point. You got to do your research, you got to understand fundamentals. This would have been nice, so $40 there. You know, I locked in my 30 there. That was 70. Could have totally had, you know, close to 100 bucks today. This can still go up. Looks like SQQ is pushing up, which means TQQQ is selling off very aggressively. Very nice. And I don't think $200 is going to be, or $200 is going to be in sight today. We might end the day green, but yeah. What was that other one that we had just played out too? We traded another one. Was it GEVO? Yeah, it was. It was my GEVO. No, it was another one. What was that other one that we just traded? And I was like, that could be my moneymaker here. Shoot. Shoot, man. You guys remember? I don't remember. All right, and guys, I also have some like a vlog style video coming out. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but it's a video from Friday, and yeah, so I'm gonna be putting that out today. Oh, what was it? Was it really GEVO or VVPR? I think that's the one that I thought was gonna. Let's take a look at it real quick. Yeah, I'm glad I sold that one too. Although it is up about 2 cents from where I sold it. VRAX 21. Lost 21 on this one. It must have been or BBLG actually. That was the one. BBLG. Yep. That was another one. Pushing up. Is it gonna break that 177 wall? Looks like it's having a hard time. A lot of sellers. right at that resistance level, which is great, guys. You know how great it is to be able to, or to realize that you are right there on the edge of breaking through. That means what we're looking at here on this channel, what we're observing, what we're creating, our trade plans, our lines, our trend lines, support and resistance levels, all that is relevant. And these order book level 2 market data also helps to make it relevant, right? I drew these lines before this came up. Look at all these sellers at 178, 179, 180, which just makes this a good resistance line. Now, why? I didn't just draw it out of nowhere. It's because it had previous resistance several times at 177, and then right here at 169, right here at 174. Okay, so these resistance lines are awesome to be able to use and understand. Support and resistance. Here we go. It's gonna break it. Wants to break it. All your sellers are gonna start stepping in now, which means you need more buyers and sellers to somewhat outweigh selling pressure, or have new buyers come in, or just have the same buyers buy more shares at that price. But it looks like it's going up very nicely. Very nicely, BBLG. Passing those pre-market highs too. Got tested quite a few times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 7 times it got tested. Looks like it's gonna break out. Very nice, very nice. The good part is that you start to understand what is next, and then your play is right. Very true. Very true. I was going to take a play this morning, another one, and because of the level 2, I seen how many sellers there were at a particular number, and I was like, I'm out. I'm not even going to try unless it could break that number. If it could break 188, 190, then maybe this would go up more. It's all a numbers game, right? All these people down here, 6,000 at 174, 173, they may or may not get filled. But if this comes down, they will definitely get filled, right? All right, let's go back to the top gainers. BBLG selling off a bit. XCUR not doing much. Possible bounce off of that support level, but doesn't mean it has to. It's below these averages, so it could just continue to sell off. ZNTL, again, possible bounce off of that support. This SMA level doesn't mean it has to, but it is possible. Looks like some pre-market support roughly around this area, 420-ish. JVA, coffee holding went up, came back down. WHLR pushing up. ML, too cheap for me. ATPC, couldn't do much here. I thought this was Lucy. It says Licy, Licy, which, I mean, it's still up from $1.50 to $1.84. That's impressive. GEVO finally hit the top gainers. Ooh, and it's selling off. So very crucial decisions were made, right? Like 138 would have been a nice point to sell. It broke, it retested, didn't really hold, went up slightly like a fake out, and then sold off. So to risk all this to make another 5 cents, 6, 7 cents wasn't worth it. Now I also could have had a limit or a stop limit at like 138, 140, so we dip below 142 amount. And this could bounce back up, hit that 142 level again. But I used to be the guy that'd buy here, or I'd buy here. I'm like, oh, it's gonna break out, and it'd go up, and I wouldn't sell, and it'd come down, and then it would just go down and go down and go down. And I'm like, it'll bounce here, okay? It'll bounce here. Okay, it'll bounce at support. So don't do that. Don't do that. All right, looks like the markets are having trouble deciding what it wants to do right on this moving average here, which means QQQ is doing the same thing but opposite. It wants to get above the moving average, but it's having some difficulty doing it. Just doesn't seem like it can. As you can see, it's had a nice trail from 451 up to 476. Now we can see either this bounces up or it continues to sell off. And I'm hoping it sells off just a little bit so we can make a little bit of money on our SQQQ position. But it doesn't look like it will, so we may get out of this if this does continue to bounce and go up higher. If it goes above like 67, 68, then I may have to get out of my SQQ position, as now we are actually losing money. Now selling at 843 would have been nice. And again, it's really early to tell. I mean, this thing could actually just end up selling off a little bit and then curling back up. It could very easily just go up from here, make a nice another trend line up here. Now, if I go off of the trend line off the 4 hour, it looks like that trend line has already been broken. Go here, here. Oh no, it's on the trend line. So I am very curious to see what happens. Does it stay with this trend line or does it break below? And I'm thinking it actually might trail and stay right along with that trend line. So this could be bad for us as far as this. But hey, we're up $3. We didn't lose any money today, which is a win in my book. And yeah, some days we make a couple $100. Some days we only make a couple of bucks. But as long as your account is staying green, you're staying positive, and you're not letting your emotions get to you, whether you're positive or negative. And by understanding that it's basically all a game. Okay, if you can master this game, then this dollar amount is nothing. This $2 or $3 is going to be $2,000 or $3,000 one day, negative or positive. It's all about the fundamentals. It's all about learning exactly what you're looking at, right? Because there's probably like 10 people I can go watch right now and try to copy their trades, and I'll still lose money. I might get lucky on a couple and make a few bucks, but what happens if those people leave? They quit, they make a bad trade, so you go down with them. Yeah, and they're not always so transparent. You know, they don't know. You don't know how many shares they got. You don't know if they, you know, they bought 100 shares online on the screen. They could have 1,000 shares at a lower price somewhere else, right, from days ago. So it's good to understand your own process, your own strategies, your own techniques, your own interest, and your own value and knowledge. It's not what I'm trying to say, but by understanding what you're looking at, you can benefit more than trying to copy someone, right? Another example would be like if you were cheating in school off of a math test or off of someone's math quiz. You got 100 on the quiz because you cheated, but then when it comes to taking the real test at the end of the year, you get a 0 because you didn't learn anything. Trying to take it from zeros to heroes, guys. Zeros to heroes. And now we can. We got level 2. We got stuff working in our advantage. Ooh, JDST pushed up, which means JNUG is selling off. Okay, trading plan is working. Trading plan is taking effect, potentially. It's got to get up above a couple more key levels. I wanted to invest at around $27. So yeah, I may buy a few shares of this here in the next few minutes if it does decide to go up. Make a couple small little swing trades, nothing too crazy. I think that'd be perfect. A perfect kind of swing trade to play. SQQQ, not necessarily looking so good. I mean, I may hold it just a tad bit longer, just to see if there is somewhat of a rebound. But if not, SQQQ is very risky. I'd much rather you invest in TQQQ, as it has a better track record of going up over time, whereas SQQQ has a track record of going down more over time. JDST, same thing. I mean, JNUG could come down, retrace, and push right back up to new highs. So there's nothing saying that JDST has to go back up to those levels. It's just a nice entry price if you're looking to short gold eventually, as this looks like it's back in that range to potentially do that. All right, all right. No questions or anything, guys. I will probably go ahead and get off of the live stream for the day. I'm gonna be uploading those that vlog video, and I also put a video last night. It was like 10 o'clock. A recap video on my Friday trades and how I was able to go from down almost $100, then it was down 50, all the way back up to being positive $1. Hey, it was only $1, but it was green, and I made back over $100 in potential losses. Great recap video, and live trading as well during normal trading hours. So if you want to check that out, definitely do so. And remember, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button for me while you're down there, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when we go live at Market Open Monday through Friday. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you all in the next video.